Hey. Thank you for coming back to Dhyana Yoga. I'm really excited to release this. It's part 2 of letting go of anger and resentment. And if you're with me for the first part 1, it was 2 weeks ago. And I said, if we say a prayer from the big book on resentment for 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, we will feel where there used to be bitterness and hatred, a newfound freedom, compassion, and love in our spirit. So I'm hoping that you've all done that for 2 weeks. If not, you can start today, that's fine. The prayer goes, whenever we're resentful, we pray for the other person, for what we want for ourselves, may they be happy, may they be peaceful, may they be joyous, filled with love, prosperous, abundant, whatever it is you want for yourself, pray for the other person. And it works in 2 weeks. I know that it works. I've been using that for years and years. It has worked for millions of people, but there is more. There's another step. And I did suggest you journal last time. So today, definitely journal. I'm going to give you very specific prompts and that will help you to write about certain things that will enable you to really let go of this. And I'm going to suggest when you have it all written down, you share it with another person, whether it's a spiritual advisor, a priest, a best friend, or a sponsor, just to let it go completely and pray. And then if it crops up in your mind, because I think the autoplasticity, the nerves, the pathways in our brain, they like to go to the same things. No matter if it's painful for us, it doesn't matter. It just goes the same path. It takes the same path. So it's like we wore a path in our brain with the resentment, and it goes there. So this is a way to, when it goes there again, you just say whatever it is you say to God. Thy will be done. Direct my thinking. I offer myself to you. Take this from me, and you'll be free. I'm free. I'm really grateful that right now I live a resentment and regret-free life. And most 100, I would say people who are doing the work can all say they live a resentment and regret-free life, because no matter how far down the scale we've gone, we can see how our experience can benefit others. So I will temporarily stop with the preaching. What I want you to have is an ice pack, and we're going to put it right on the liver, which is lower back to the right, all right? And so you put the ice pack on your liver, right on your lower back to the right. If you have a strap, if you have, a strap would be good. My ice pack comes with a strap, so that's handy. Okay, bolster, 2 blocks, long towel, that's what you'll need, and a notebook. And I have my notes on my laptop, but I used a notebook. When I was working this out, I really did pen to paper. I really think that's the best. So you can pause me and go get these items. A notebook, pen, bolster, blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use a blanket. Fold it up. I have a blanket right here. I may use this because sometimes in Shavasana, I get a little chilly. And also you can fold up a blanket and use it as you might a bolster, or a pillow, like that will work. Okay, so I'm gonna set a 3-minute timer, and the poses are held for around 3 minutes. If that is too much for you, you can feel free to switch sides and then switch sides again, so 1.5 minutes on each side and then 1.5 minutes on each side, gradually working yourself up to 3 minutes. It's helpful. You find out what works for you, and you can do that. So let me start back on. Actually, before I start the 3 minutes, let's just start in a child's pose. Again, like last time. We'll get to the breathing in a few. Reach your fingertips out, put your head on the floor, take some deep breaths.
Now, as you reach your hips back towards your feet, see if you can stretch your tops of your fingers a little further to bring the stretch down the sides of your body. Walk your hands over to your left. Take your right hand right on your left hand. If you don't feel the stretch going down the whole left side of your body, walk a little bit more to the left, and your right hand is on your left hand. And reach your hips down. Deep breaths. And let's walk our hands the other way, all the way to the right. Left hand on your right, hips reaching back. And walk forward. Rest your head on the floor. Pull your arms a little bit more up. Let's roll out. Tuck your tailbone and just roll up into a cat pose. So we can walk your hands under your shoulders. Reach your hips towards your forehead. Belly's in. Exhale and inhale. Tailbone up, head up. Head reaches up and stays up, and the tailbone reaches all the way back to sit on your heels. Let's take that breathing exercise we were talking about. So, sitting on a block, I would put my feet in front wherever you feel comfortable, or you can stay on the tops of your feet, kneeling if you like to. We are going to again take the minute breath in Kundalini Yoga. It's held for 20 counts in, hold for 20 counts, 20 counts out. And that is a long hold. So if you want to start with 10, hold for 10, breathe in for 10, hold for 10, exhale for 10. Or if you've been a pro, if you've been doing pranayama breathing for a long time, you can do the 20, that's fine, it's beautiful. I need to work myself up to that, so I'm gonna start with 10 and then 15, maybe, we'll see if we can get to 17 at the last few minutes of this practice, okay? So let go completely of the breath, let it go, and then inhale for the count of 10. Hold. Release. Exhale and breathe in for the count of 10. Hold. Exhale. Now, I'm going to touch my fingers for the count of 5 and the count of 5 here. So, Sat Nam. Sat Om Hum Nam Pa. Om Pa. Om Sa. Never mind. We'll just count to 10 on our fingers, okay? Exhale completely on an inhale. Exhale, hold. Exhale.
Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale for the count of 15. Hold. Exhale for the count of 15. Inhale for the count of 15. Hold. Exhale. Inhale for the count of 17. Exhale completely. Inhale for the count of 17. Hold. Release. Breathe in for the count of 17. Exhale. Excellent, excellent. Hi, so we release that now. Now, I misspoke. Last time I shared about the meridians. The liver meridian runs from the outside of the ankle, up the inside of the leg, around, crosses over the reproductive organs to the back. The liver is in the back, is on the right side of your spine. The gallbladder meridian runs on the outside of the legs. So we are going to be stretching inside, outside of the legs, side twists, and more heart openings at the end. So why don't we start again like we did last time. You can put a blanket on your shin, a pillow, just rest your elbow on your shin. Rest your hand behind you, maybe your left hand is behind you, just put it right on your liver. Just breathe, send light. Ask God or your higher power, whatever you see as your higher power, ask that you are relieved of this obsession, of the anger, of the clinging and holding. And I'm gonna ask my higher power to direct my thinking today, for this day, that it's divorced of selfishness, self-seeking, self-pity. Direct my thinking. And breathe. Now, I forgot to set my timer. I do want to set a timer today, 3-minute Tibetan timer. So let me do that right now. Put that loud. All right. So that bell just went off. I don't know if you heard it. We got here. Arrived. If you want to take your left hand over your ear, Maybe you can actually put your hand on your forehead, your head, forehead on your right hand. Your left hand is behind the sacrum, the crown, sorry, behind the back of your head, pulling it away, just like kind of gently knit away from the neck. Breathe into the left armpit. Also works if you're resting on the side of your head, you can rest there. Feel the same lengthening through the back, through the side body, through the armpit. Breathe, about 5 breaths here. And then reach the left arm. If you like to, you can drop the left arm down, right arm down if you want. Or you can continue to rest. You can reach the left arm forward or behind you, wherever you feel comfortable with. It could go behind your back. You could root your hip down. Breathe. It's a nice place for mantra. I release the need to control others. I release the need to control others. It's a really positive affirmation. I release the need to control others. Just letting go, releasing everything that does not serve us in this practice. Releasing, letting go. If you don't need the bolster, you can get the bolster. Doesn't matter if you need it or not. If you're breathing, you're right where you're supposed to be. That's that side. Nice work. You can take this slowly through the center to the other side. So we can start again with the pillow on the shin. Start resting the side of your head in your hand. The right side of your hand pushes your hip down. Actually be right on the liver today. Breathe. I don't think it's an accident that resentment is the #1 offender for alcoholics. And it's also anger and resentment, in Chinese medicine are stored and controlled by the liver. The liver is really affected by alcoholism. That's 5,000 years of Chinese medicine. Still very effective today. And in yin, we go beyond the points to the connective tissue and the fascia, which surrounds the organs and the lines, and we really release on an energetic level and connective tissue level what we're holding on to. So allow the feelings to come up, because they will, and just let them come up through the heart and give them to higher power. Release. Don't try to suppress the feelings. That's what made us twisted. That's what twists people up, is when people try to suppress the feelings and not feel them and hold them back and deny them and act like they're not there. And there's nothing wrong with feelings. That's who we are. That's kind of directs us. They're not facts. Feelings are not facts, but feelings give us direction to what we want and where we need to go, how much we want to live with, or where we want to draw the line. When we're happy, We just want more of what makes us feel good. Happiness is, happiness only comes from, self-esteem only comes from doing esteemable things. So happiness, real true joy and happiness only comes from doing esteemable things, things that you know are right. And you know, I know, that letting go of resentment and anger are the right things to do because they block who I'm meant to be. They block me from who I'm supposed to be, from the sunlight of the spirit, from the joyful light being that God created. Excellent. We are done. That's both sides. So come to the center. You can stand a bolster here on your elbows if you like. Perfectly wonderful stretch. If your hips bother you in this position, it's always very helpful to grab a block. Sit on a block. That will give you some rise up and it will help to open your hips. And gradually, this is fine. Just sitting right here is fine. Still stretching your inner and outer thighs. It's just that as you know, as you do more and more yoga and more stretches, you need to go further to feel stretched. And so you got to do you, and only you know your body. So it's really important not to compete, not to compare, to listen to your body with each step, and each thing is only a suggestion. So I'm not going to talk anymore in this pose. I'm going to let you do you. Breathing, keep breathing. I accept reality as it is. Accept reality as it is. Just a nice mantra for this pose. I accept reality as it is with your eyes closed. Okay, excellent, that's that. Walk up slowly, slowly. Bend your knees, bend them, bring them together. Pelvic floors engaged. Let's take them right in front and let's just windshield wiper them out a little bit. Do up, bend the knees if you like to. Bring your knees over to the left for a twist. We're just going to do this twist for about 1.5 minutes on each side. And other side. I'm a kind and loving person. So, wonderful affirmation. Repeat that with the breath. Each breath in, I'm a kind and loving person. And next breath, I am a kind and loving person on the way out. I'm a kind. We might have a few minutes. Let's just wring out our liver. Let's wring it out. Let's take our left hand across the core and then bring the back over. The left hand goes back over your lower back, and your right hand is just wringing out your liver and gallbladder. That's excellent. That was just to end it off, right? Excellent. And now let's switch and go the other way. It's just kind of wringing it out. So your left hand goes across your rib cage, and your right hand goes along your lower back. It's twisting and wringing. And now let's do a nice long side stretch. So legs are straight out. We'll have to stay a little bit after the bell so we can make sure that we get the side stretch here for about 3 minutes. You can bend or straighten your legs. You can take your hand and run it down the left side of your legs. Now, meridians, you may remember, they both on both sides of the body. Even if there's one liver, the meridians run on the left and the right side of the body. Breathe. If you find your mind wandering, just focus back on the breath. The breath is the fastest way to take you into the moment. And this moment is the only reality that exists, this moment. I shared the prayer, Herb K's prayer. Holy Spirit, release me from the up to now. Detach me from the after now. Help me to be fully present right now. And breathe into the shift that's created in the heart and the mind. If you want to straighten your legs. This pose does change over time. You probably might feel the sweet spot. And drop in space. Now, could move very slowly and do the other side. So the hands are stretched out a little bit beyond the shoulder. The right hand can come right in front of you. The arms can be bent, or the leg can be bent or straight, depending on what you feel you need. Shoulder could reach back. Heart can lift. You can run your right hand on the right side of your thigh, talking to the meridians. the line, energy line of your body. Giving it over, everything that does not serve you. It's a nice affirmation. I now release everything that does not serve me.
So walk up to our hands and knees. Shift down knees back, hips are back, all the way back. Then come down to our stomachs. Make the T with our arms. You're resting on your right cheek. Hike your left knee up. I'm sorry, your right knee hikes up like you're hugging a pillow with your leg. And just breathe. This can get intense. If you need to, you can switch it to your left cheek to make it more accessible. But for now, as long as you're hair opening, take your time and let it open. A nice mantra to repeat here is, I'm not afraid to enjoy what is beautiful. Or, I open my heart to what is beautiful. See which one resonates with you. Today, I am not afraid to enjoy what is beautiful. I now open my heart to what is beautiful.
What time is it?
Filming. Good morning, darling. I don't look at the clock. switch your head the other way if you need. Excellent, perfect timing. All right. So, release the right knee. Left knee is on, left cheek is on the mat. Hike up your left leg to the left. Okay, let's release that nice and slowly. Take the left hand in front. The right arm swings under the left. We're going to come into a twist just for a few seconds here. Can be 10 breaths. Okay, let's somewhat keep your hips where they are. They should be on the side of the mat, on the left side of the mat. And take your knees out to the right. Take your foot, walk it out to the right. Take your left foot right near it. Take your right hand and reach it over towards the right side of the mat. And then left hand can hold onto your elbow. Just make sure that both hips are on the ground. And if this is a good stretch, feel free to stay here. If you want to deepen it, you can cross the left ankle over the right. Banana asana, breathe. Feel you're supported by the universe, supported in letting go of everything that does not serve you. The universe supports you in that.
this mantra. The light of Source surrounds me. The love of Source unfolds me. The power of Source flows through me. Okay, excellent. Let's roll back over where we came from. So the left knee bends, the left arm on the floor. Now straighten the left leg and bend the right leg. Hike it up. Straighten the right arm. Hand is reaching forward, left arm reaches up. And thread the needle to take the twist on the other side for about 10 breaths. Okay, roll over if you are ready. Just to get the right hip on, well, right now I'm not even on the mat at all, but maybe you want to scoot up onto the mat, that's fine. I am going to be flying off the mat because I can take the left foot out to the left, the right foot right next to it, left arm up, reaching over to the other corner of your mat, and your right hand can hold on to your left wrist, and you can stay here feeling the stretch on the entire side of your body, or you can go a little deeper and hook your right ankle over your left. Find what works for you. Breathe into the stretch. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God unfolds me. The power of God flows through me. Feel deeply connected with whatever, you can say higher power, source, universe, the creator, whatever you feel comfortable calling your higher power, as long as you have one. Excellent. Release the hold. Maybe you can scoot on your mat if you need to. You can bring your knees together for constructive rest. One hand on your stomach, left hand on your stomach, right hand on your heart. Deep breaths. I offer myself to you. It's a beautiful mantra. God, I offer myself to you. Right out of the third step prayer. I offer myself to you. Let's take some blocks behind us. We will get ready for heart opening section of our practice, which means that you can stack your blocks, I would say medium width, and you might not need a block behind your head at all. You might need a block behind your head, or maybe you could just go for a pillow behind your head, or a bolster, whatever. The block should run along your bra strap, right behind your sternum, heart's lifting over Before we even take this, we can just kind of get ourselves ready for it. We can put your feet on the ground and bend your knees and lift your hips up. Surrender it down. Now you can do this anytime you feel that you need a release for the back, for the heart opening. You can just move into this pause where you lift your hips, press your feet, and lift your hips. Opening up your back, creating space in your heart. Straighten your legs when you're ready, or you can keep them bent if that's more comfortable for you. We'll hold this pose for a little longer, so if you need to release, you just remember to walk your feet in, press your feet down, and lift your hips up. Gail's still getting a lot of opening through the back. It's gradual, so it's a gradual opening. If you need to start with your knees bends. As you open, you might find maybe towards the end, you want to release the back of your head pillow. Maybe you wouldn't want to do that right away because it is yin. You want to do everything gradually. All right, I'm ready to straighten my legs, breathe, keep breathing into your heart. With each breath, I open my heart is open. My heart is open to give and receive love. What is in the way is the way. So it's been one of my favorites. What is in the way is the way. So feel free to release anytime you need to release the pose. As long as you need to, you squeeze your body here. Don't be afraid to squeeze your body back at any time. That takes the pressure off your knees. I am now willing that you should have all of me. Good and bad. 37th step prayer. I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad, my Creator. Rest on your elbows. Press your elbows into the ground and come up very slowly. Very nice work. Roll over to your side. Excellent work. It's back. Let's back bend the opposite way. So coming down into a Sphinx pose. Bring your heart through. Press your elbows into the mat. Your feet should kind of be coming right out from the back of your hips. onto a block if you'd like extra. You can, if you have a very wide shoulders and chest, you can come onto 2 blocks parallel side to side. Bring your chest through your arms, lifting your sternum, softening your gaze, soften the muscles of your face. Abundance is my natural state, and I accept it now. Joy is my natural state, and I accept it now. Find one that you feel works for you. What is in the way is the way. The obstacle is the way. Use one block. I feel more sturdy on one block. Squeezing everything towards the center as you lift in your heart. Squeeze the sides of your body with your arms. Grounding your pubic bone into the mat. Feel your heart lift. Squeeze your butt if you want to. Excellent. Now press your elbows into the block or the mat and lift your hips up slowly. Very, very slowly. You can grab a block here. Hold it on your elbows if you do not have one there. Just reach your hips back and kind of bring your head through your arms. Walk your legs closer or further apart from you, whatever you feel you need. Just puppy pose. Rest your forehead. So I'm going to take the block, walk it out further. If you want, maybe lift your chin up. Maybe angle your chest towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch. Chin doesn't have to touch. This is kind of an extreme back bend, but you might be warmed up for it now. Or you can just stay in regular puppy pose where your hands are on the ground, your forehead is reaching down, and your hips are reaching back and up. Slide forward if you want. And rest your chin and chest if you want. Breathe deeply. The obstacle is the way. What is in the way is the way. I'm going to come out of this. Press your elbows in. Walk your knees towards your elbows. I'm going to come and sit on the block. And we will close this section with some writing like I promised. And I do have some very specific instructions for the writing. If I could find my glasses. I do need my glasses to see. I don't know where they are. Okay. Okay, I don't know where my glasses are. I'm gonna have to do this without glasses. Okay, so, get closer. Let me see. The definite suggestion for writing, please have a pen and a notebook out, is I resent. You just write I resent, and you write space, person's name in there if you know automatically who it is, and because. And then this is where you write about where you were wronged, where they did something that hurt you, that you're having a hard time letting go of, whatever it is, just write it down. And the next part of it, where was I wrong? So usually we set the ball rolling somewhere. We could have said something that was maybe disrespectful, maybe a little snarky, or maybe short. Maybe we were not as kind as we could have been, maybe we were judgmental, or we were on a high horse, whatever. We are all humans, we do things like that. So after you write down where you were wrong, I didn't say write down your part in it, because that gets twisted. Oh, my part is this, but her part's much bigger. No, get rid of the part stuff. I was wrong. The big book says we resolutely looked where we were wrong. And then it says the character defects that come under where I was wrong, just list that. Like what you need to get rid of. What maybe controlling, maybe fearful, maybe your instincts have gone awry somewhere. And you have to give that to God. That's a God job. And when you do that, you talk to a mentor, sponsor, or spiritual advisor, priest, or whoever you can find, and let go of it. Let it go. And then, you just, anytime, you never ever talk about it again. Once it crops up, you just say, thy will be done. Some people don't like God's will, some people like my relationship with reality. Accepting reality as it is, ask God to help you accept reality as it is, and acceptance is the answer to all our problems. We know that. So I hope you use these tools. I hope you have a wonderful week, resentment-free week, where you are at peace and gratitude and joyful and blissful and everything you're meant to be. So enjoy. Namaste.